Welcome everyone to Let's Talk. Today we have Hailey Knight. She is the Executive Director of the Downtown Jonesboro Association. Thanks for joining us today, Hailey.
Thanks for having me.
So tell us some of the things that are going on with you. I know you've got a whole lot coming up. Fall's coming and kids going back to school. There's Arkansas State's coming back to class. So tell us some of the cool things that you guys have going.
Sure. So downtown is no doubt one of the it's so busy in the fall. Fall is so busy anyway in Jonesboro because, of course, Arkansas State University football. We're a football town, football Friday nights. You have all of your fun fall events, and downtown really becomes just full of activities in the fall. And so one of those activities is Pat Pride Weekends, and it's a partnership that we do with Arkansas State University and their football program. And so we host this really cool event. We're one of the only downtowns in Arkansas that has this partnership between the university. Pat Pride Weekends was started in 2014, and it's a Friday night event for all of our students and alumni to come into downtown. You know, they may be coming in from areas like Little Rock or Conway, and they're going to come up here and support the students, or meet up with some of their old classmates to watch a football game. So we'll have an event Friday night. Of course, all of our merchants have either live bands or trivia night or some special that's really cool. And so we bring them in on Friday night, and then on Saturdays we actually do the Red Wolf Express, which we use the City Jets buses to have a route between downtown Jonesboro and the Centennial Bank Stadium. And so if we have a game at 6 o'clock, we'll usually start running routes about noon. And so it's a very minimal fee. We're talking maybe under $2. And so it's pretty cool. You can come downtown. You could go eat dinner even before the game. Go eat dinner, get a good parking spot, get on the shuttle, take it to the stadium, and then right after the game, get back on and then come back downtown. And you don't have to worry about, walking a mile away from the stadium to your car. It's pretty cool what we have going on downtown. And then on Sundays, it's our really, really popular brunch and browse. And so some of our participating merchants, like Parsons 322, Skinny J's, Omar's Uptown, they're open for brunch from 11 to 2. And so we only do this on home game weekends, so home game football weekends.
Very cool.
It's really cool. We won an award for it a year ago, and so it's a very popular event. We try and market it to students and their alumni because we have so many people living in Craighead County that are alumni from all over, and so we want them to come downtown when they're here and when they're experiencing fall football and create that college game day experience that you see a lot of other downtowns have. I hate to say it, but a lot of the big SEC towns, this home football game weekend is huge. And so you really get that vibe when you're here in Jonesboro because we have so many amazing fans with Arkansas State University. The students get totally amped up for it. I mean, it's a experience they have when they're down here, for the football game. And so we're trying to build on that. We're trying to forge a partnership with Arkansas State University and their alumni association and the students. And so it's a fantastic event. We do really cool Friday night events with Pat Pride Weekends too. The first one leading off is September 8th, and it's Big Great A-State Tailgate. So the Chamber hosts that, and we all park on Main Street. All kinds of vendors come down here. We have a fantastic time. The A-State band comes down here, and the Spirit Squads. I mean, it is really just a huge pep rally.
Is that the weekend of the first game?
Yes, it's Miami.
Okay.
And so it's going to be...
Well, that's a big game already.
It's a big game already, and people, I mean, it really... Coach Anderson is down here. It is a pep rally for the Miami game, and so that's on Main Street, and that's so much fun. I always enjoy that one. And then the next game is September 15th, and it's going to be Bike Jonesboro. That's the Friday night event, and so we'll have a bunch of cyclists downtown riding in a race. And then we have 2 games in October 13th and October 20th, which the October 20th game is a Thursday night game. Okay. And so, which just happens to fall on a Live After 5 night.
If it's a Thursday night game, that's probably a televised game, national television.
So it'll be a lot of fun. So we'll have a Live After 5 that night, of course, which is our Pumpkin Palooza theme. And then it actually goes, we have 2 games in November and then 1 in December. I'm sorry, I think 1 game in November and 1 game in December. And so we wrap it up with Downtown Mingle and Jingle, which is our big holiday open house. So on all the Friday nights, we will have a downtown event. And so people are encouraged to come downtown. The students get involved. It's such a good time.
You know, Hailey, in my previous career as a sports writer, I made a lot of acquaintances and friends in cities with other universities that have, and they talk about now, and they didn't used to. You know, a long time ago, they didn't talk about it, Jonesboro, this way, but now they come to Jonesboro and they say, "What's going on here? I've never seen so much support for the university." People who were coaches talk about that. Man, I wish our city supported our university, our football team, our ball teams, our university.
I know.
The way Jonesboro does and downtown does. You know, every window's painted, they just feel it. These events that you guys do, it makes a difference. And I wonder sometimes if it's things, you know, we might take for granted and not realize the type of work that's being done by people in our city, by people like you and all the other volunteers and I guess business owners who do these special things.
Right. It's really cool. You know, we just hired a new director of events for Downtown Jonesboro Association, and she's not from here. She's from Indiana. And one of the first things she told me was, "This is so cool. Like, I have never, like, you guys go all out for A-State football. Like, it's paint on every window. Like, you can't drive down Red Wolf Boulevard without seeing, you know, red and black paint on the windows." And it really is cool. I mean, you would think that we're a small, you know, like high school football town community, but we're not. Like, everyone bands together and we're supporting Arkansas State, and it's just a really good, it gives you a good hometown feeling, but, you know, it's in the atmosphere. I mean, it's totally just a unique experience to be here in Jonesboro when football kicks off.
Well, it is a small, but it's also a good, strong college feel. You get the same feeling if you go to Auburn, Alabama, or Clemson, South Carolina.
Right.
You know, they're very supportive, and it shows up in little subtle ways as well as obviously the big ways.
Yes.
And it's just been impressive to watch and to know that somebody behind the scenes is working very hard at that, and I commend you and all the people that you guys organize.
Well, thank you. We work with so many people. I mean, we work with the city of Jonesboro for the Red Wolf Express, which is something that, I mean, we started the year after we initially created Pat Pride Weekends, but it was such a unique facet. And I remember last year, you know, when it was kicking off again, getting on the bus, and I was outside waiting for the bus, and there was already a line of people, and I was thinking, there is no way we're going to be able to fit all these people on this one bus. And so, but we did. We got them all on the bus, and I remember going live on Facebook, going from downtown to the stadium, and everybody, even on the bus, I mean, it was the first run, so it was 4 hours before the game. They were so amped up to be on that bus, like going to the stadium. You can tell with some people, it's really creating a tradition. And so there's a ton of volunteers behind the scenes, partnerships with the city of Jonesboro, of course, Arkansas State University, and their various organizations like the Student Activities Board, and then the A-State Alumni Association. So there's definitely a lot of people behind the scenes, including our merchants, you know, that get on board and will paint their windows, and we have some that go all out and will create specialty like food items for a home game weekend, you know, food and beverage items. And so it's really cool.
The tailgates are fun too, but explain, you talked about the Express, so let's make sure everyone understands exactly what that is, because parking is an issue.
Parking can be tough. Parking can be tough at the stadium on home game weekends. You know, you can drive down Red Wolf Boulevard and see all the cars parked on the side of the road, and it gets kind of treacherous. You know, there's ditches. You know,
it is dangerous.
It is. I mean, you may be toting kids, and so you don't want to, you know, get someone get hurt, but we have so many alumni, and, you know, Arkansas State has an annual enrollment of about 14,000 people. And so imagine all those cars, like, trying to get there on game day. And so we decided to alleviate some of the stress for people and, you know, the safety. Why don't we just bring them downtown? Like, why don't we have a shuttle of some sort, bus people from downtown Jonesboro to the stadium? They can come downtown. We have over 786 free parking spots in downtown Jonesboro, 24/7 free. And so we thought, well, why not take advantage of that and, you know, have some people come park down here before the game, take them on the Red Wolf Express, and then run them back down here after the game from the stadium. And it works. We provide a continuous route service. I believe it runs about every 15 to 20 minutes, and it starts about 4 hours before kickoff. And so if we have a 6 o'clock game, it'll start about 2. And so we'll come downtown and they'll be parked right at East Street Lofts. And so the East Street parking lot, you can come downtown, park your car right there. You could even park your car there beforehand, go eat at Godsy's or Eleanor's Pizzeria, and then come back down, catch a shuttle bus, and then head back to the stadium. And it'll
drop you off right at the gate. You don't have to walk
at the gate.
A mile. You don't have to worry about. And the Jonesboro police officer, if you ask them what their biggest concern is on game day, it's not a riot in the stands.
It's parking.
It's parking.
Yes.
It's the fear of a tragedy on those highways outside the stadium, because you come out behind those cars and somebody could be a fatality could happen.
It could happen, and so we're hoping that we can bring people downtown. They can have fun too before they go on the shuttle bus, and it's so inexpensive. I think it's like $2, and you get your little ticket, and that's what you use to come back. And so I would love, park for free, pay the $2 fee to ride the, Red Wolf Express, and you can't beat that. And,
that's right.
And you can even come back downtown and, after a Red Wolf win, everybody wants to celebrate. So everyone comes downtown to celebrate, everyone's happy and amped up, and they're playing replays of the game, and, people are in the mood to celebrate. And so it's a fun time. And I'm so glad we're able to offer this service with the city of Jonesboro and, provide this for families. I can't tell you, I even see students taking the bus. I see families, the kids love it. It's a really unique facet to Pack Pride weekends.
Well, Mayor Perrin was all on board with that plan. And,
yes.
And I think he wants to get more buses if we can get.
Yes, that would be great.
That would be load up the buses.
And
it
loaded downtown. It'd be so busy.
That's right. That's right. Hear the buses coming.
So, but that's, the Brunch and Browse is really cool for downtown. Brunch, it happens almost every weekend in downtown, but it's just, it's marketing to our alumni that may have moved out of Jonesboro, when they graduated, and we're reintroducing downtown Jonesboro to these people that may not have been here in 10, 15 years. And so it's really neat that we're able to do this. And my favorite probably Pack Pride weekend is the tailgate. I love the tailgate, so.
Hailey, have you ever heard of the barbecue festival?
Let me think about that. I have. I love the barbecue festival.
So we're going to have one this year.
We're going to have one this year. We're going to have one on September 30th.
Okay, and we've lined up acts for this.
I
understand.
Have. So Scotty McCreery, is that how you say it? Scotty McCreery, I think, is playing. I know I'm saying that wrong, but he's actually the headliner. He's actually the headliner for Barbecue Festival this year.
And he was the winner of a national televised show.
He was. And then Barrett Baber is coming. He's opening for him. And so, which is amazing. Barrett Baber has some really deep roots in Jonesboro. He's got family here.
Okay.
And so we're excited about that. We're going to have our barbecue competition. We're going to have some cool vendors this year. It's going to be a fantastic time. Hopefully the weather will not be as hot and humid as it has been in, the past couple of weeks. But Barbecue Fest is such a great event for downtown.
Packs them in.
It does. It brings people down here. I see so many families bringing their kids down.
What's the date on that?
September 30th. It's always on a Saturday.
Okay.
And so it's going to be September 30th, and then the competition will kick off the day before usually. It's $70 per category to enter for the barbecue competition. So if you've got like ribs or pork or something like that, keep that in mind. But we have so many teams come in. It's a Kansas City sanctioned barbecue event.
Correct.
And so it brings a lot of competitors around. And so it's fun to walk through the day before because people have their RVs and they have their smokers out in their tents, and their teams all have the matching t-shirts. These people get into it.
They're serious.
And you want to walk by and be like, oh, hey, how are y'all? But they are they're grinding over the barbecue pit, and they're trying to get their meat just right. And it's really fun to watch that. It's a competitive spirit, and you don't see that side of it, on Saturday when you're coming to all the events and the music and things. But it's a great time.
It's like trying to talk to a NASCAR pit crew. You don't do that in the middle of the race.
Yeah, you don't do that. That's just, there's some things you don't do, and that's one of them. Yeah. And so, but it's fun. It's fun seeing all the RVs come into town the day before and set up, and it's exciting. So, Barbecue Fest Eve.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for visiting with us, Hailey.
Yes, thank you.
Happy to have you on Let's Talk and hope you'll come back soon.
Absolutely, whenever you'll have me.